And welcome, you guys. Today's an exciting day because we are going to be chatting all about what the heck do you do during the holiday season to do scheduling with your tutoring student. Tell us a little bit about what tutoring during the holidays has looked like for you, Alan, because I know you've got little kids around.
Yeah, I try to take a break over. So at this time of year, Thanksgiving was a nice little break. I'm looking forward to take a little bit of a longer break. I'm not traveling, so this year I've been saying that if they want any help over the break, they can. I've been onboarding a couple of students in the last few weeks, and so they're behind, and so they're probably going to want to do a little bit over the break, but it's going to be far less, and it's going to be more relaxed, and they're going to be more on a schedule that's easier to do rather than they won't have school schedules and extracurriculars to deal with.
Sure.
So I kind of leave it pretty flexible for them.
Yeah.
And I probably will try to restrict my hours, maybe only certain days of the week, depending on how much support they need. But I try to, if I am going to work, I prefer not to scatter it out through too many days, like an hour. I try to say okay, I'm going to allocate Monday and Tuesday to do some of this stuff.
How do you let the parents know about this kind of open flexibility that you have?
Prior to any big holidays or breaks, I try to ask about, so, hey, when's the semester going to end for us? Are we going to want to meet over break? What are the kinds of, goals that we have in mind? And if it's just we're good, which is most of them, then they'll let me know when they want to resume sometime in January. So I've had a couple parents already reach out and being like, this is when we're going to be gone, or this is when we're done, we'll resume on this day. And I'm like, fantastic. Other students, I need to be a little more proactive and reach out and just sort of saying hey, but I usually just send a quick email or a text, depending on what medium they like to communicate with, just saying hey, break's coming up. I'm fine taking a break over the holidays. If they want to meet, I have some availability, but otherwise, I hope they have a good break.
So it's interesting. I usually send out a blanket email to just everyone just to find out all right, what's going on? A blanket out cancel.
Right.
Because as you know, if we do just a blanket out, okay, we're gonna cancel all of these sessions for 2 weeks. It's that's 2 weeks of income you don't get. It's not like working at the school system where you get paid no matter what. You work your hours during that time that you're there, but I mean, there's no actual you wouldn't get the same amount of money coming on in for the month of December in my low amount of money I'm bringing in anyway. So you always want to kind of save the sale in a way. Hey, I know that this is going to work for you, but we could do 2 sessions next week. Would that work for you guys? And think about the reschedule, because that will really help you financially, and also bring it back to the student as to why. And it does come down to their goals, right? I want to keep them on pace. We really want to be, close the gap by this date. This will help us be able to do that. So think about it in phrasing it in, this will help us stay on track with being able to, reach the goals that we have set. I think that can really be helpful. Esme, what do you plan on doing over the holidays?
Well, this holiday is different for Thanksgiving. I had half of my students take off, half were we're not doing anything. So they were very laid back. Of course, my students work with me year round. So I am a little more when they say they want to take off, I'm okay, that's fine. So I do send a text, because that's how I communicate with them. I'll tell them when I'm taking off. And so that's one way for them to maybe take off the week I'm taking off. It just depends on my husband's, time off. I think starting off with telling them if you're going to take off or if you're going to tutor. But yeah, definitely it's just a matter of who your clients are, what they've done in the past for the holidays.
And communication
is the key.
Okay, and now is the time to start communicating. What does scheduling look like for you during the holidays?
Yeah, so I definitely do my best to do the reschedules as well, both for my students' benefit and for the financial side of my own as well. And for my students, because I'm teaching them Spanish, it's so important to have the repetition and the like Esme said with reading, the continuity. Those long breaks are hard. What I've been doing recently, which has actually been really successful, is I also do half-an-hour sessions, and so if we have to miss a session for any reason, whether it's holiday or kiddo had a doctor's appointment or anything else, we have been adding 15 minutes to the end of the next 2 sessions, which has been working really well for me. So it's not too much longer for the kid, and they still get their time in that they deserve and need. So I've really been liking that method. Of course, it won't work for a ton of students, but it works for right now.
Yeah, I never thought of doing it like that. That's a great way to do it too.